Hey, everybody, and welcome to another episode of the podcast. I'm Steven Rogers.
I'm Andrew Chavone. Welcome, Panickers. Hello,
Yes,
everybody.
It's good to see you all in my mind.
And I got to say, got to open it up. The Panicker support, as predicted, has been off the charts. I think I clicked upload on Sunday, and then Jenny Marie immediately sent me a message that said, I'm so sorry. And the outpouring has been really good. I mean, especially shouting out. Adam Mueller messaged me.
Wow.
Former guest on the live show and funny comedian.
Very funny.
I don't even know he still listened, but he loves it, and he sent his love. And
That's great.
Aaron Miller, Helena, Ronnie.
I know Liv wrote a nice email.
Yeah, Emily, Bernard, so many cool people.
I mean, I get all the notifications that you do, and my phone was blowing up this weekend with support towards you, and it was very beautiful to see. It was wonderful.
When you have anxiety, you're always worried about other people. You never think people are worried about you. So
Right.
it does feel nice to have people worried about me.
And I was worried about you.
I know you were.
I
Yeah,
checked in on you.
You did. You did a great job. And we hung out that night. We actually hung out a lot.
We've hung out a lot. It's weird. It's like something in your life has changed. But I've seen way more of you than I have in a long time. And we hung out the night that we recorded that episode, and it was great. We just hung out all night. You came over. I put on the vinyl. And,
yeah.
you were like, oh, I want this. And then we got chopped cheese.
Chopped cheese is awesome. We're also joined by another comedian who recently broke up with another comedian, Sam
Yeah.
Evans. Who's
Sam Evans.
I
felt like the third victim in a scary movie, just seeing the ghosts. I'm like, uh-oh, I'm next. We're doing great.
You're Scrooge. I'm Ghost to Breakup Present. He's passed because his was like 3 months ago. His was way past.
Yeah, and you look great. You look like you're feeling okay.
I feel happy, yeah. And after the episode, I went to our mutual therapist, Jen, who is like, hey, good. I don't know. She was supportive of the breakup. And she also
She's a
said,
great therapist.
She said, like, basically, you've been like emotionally single and physically single for like almost half a year or so.
Right.
So she said, like, I think you're ready to get back out there.
Right.
She like gave me the spank on the on the bottom.
Oh wow, you rebound.
Or wait, that sounded really bad. What is that? The pat or what football players
Pat
do?
on the back, maybe.
No, like
Oh yeah, but I want
like in the locker
when
room
when they tap the butt of the other football player.
Yeah, I never understood that. Anyway, I don't
I
know why
mean-
I'm making that reference.
I think it's because you know that the football player is going to run faster if another man's touching them.
Yeah, that's right. And you want them to be the opposite of aroused, maybe?
Maybe I don't
maybe
know.
it hurts the blood flow.
I mean, we couldn't be more of the worst people to talk about football.
Yeah. If you want to hear our take on football, I think that was a few episodes ago.
Oh yeah.
So I took our therapist's advice. I joined like one of the dating things,
Yeah.
the Tinder or the Bumble or whatever. I made a bio that is all of my bio says is I'm 5'11", I'm employed, and I'm emotionally available.
Pretty good.
And it's blowing up.
Wow.
When I was single a while ago, I made the mistake of going too much detail, like too many things.
Right.
Now I'm just like, keep it simple. Save some mystery for the date or whatever.
Yeah, sure.
And I don't know. It's a funny story. Like when I first signed up, like you get a feel for people on these apps.
Of course.
You get like the crazies or the borings or the angry people, or I don't know. You could kind of feel them out through talking to them.
Yeah.
And the first person I matched with, I don't even know what I'm doing.
Right.
She had in her bio, I have real eyebrows, and that's all it said.
That's pretty good.
That's pretty good?
That's pretty good because I don't know. Maybe it's been a while, but that was on my list.
You like real eyebrows?
I love real eyebrows.
I mean, I thought that's like goes without saying.
But haven't you seen like the crazy people? Like,
Oh my
and
God,
then
yeah.
that's just not that people without real eyebrows are crazy, but crazy people also don't have real eyebrows.
Where they have the extreme. Oh, is that SAT question?
Yeah.
If crazy eyebrows, crazy. If not crazy eyebrows, maybe. If not, then.
Yeah, exactly. People without eyebrows are not crazy, but I've seen crazy people and they didn't have real eyebrows.
That's true. Yeah.
Yeah.
They're probably saving up for them.
But they're using the hair for something else, like a rope.
Or maybe I don't know. Their armpit hair is really big and it's styled or crimped like an eyebrow. Something's going on. But so I messaged this woman. I said, "Oh, I'm usually into tattooed eyebrows, but I'll make an exception for yours."
Right.
And she wrote back, "Oh, I'll shave them off and tattoo fake ones." And I'm like, "Oh my God."
She's been on the app for a while.
Yeah.
Trying to get off.
Right. And then I said, "Oh, no need. It's it's hard to find people that are good." I don't know what I was saying, but you don't have to tattoo your eyebrows. And I was saying it in a funny way.
Yeah. It seems like you're really in the went right into the swing of talking to people.
Well, it's just like talking to you, except they're women on an app.
Actually, yeah, she's yes-anding.
Yes, anding, a lot of riffing,
Yeah.
and then
Did she plug the Patreon?
yeah. Did she say stay tuned for the music? But then she I don't know what I'm doing. I'm like, "Do you want to go out tonight?"
Whoa.
And she says, "Well, what's your deal?" or something. And I was like, I was just honest. I got a relationship. I don't know. I'm just dating. I don't know what I'm doing. She said, "I've been around your kind before. I have a kid. I don't have time to waste.
Oh, boy.
Good luck on your whatever journey you're on."
No wonder she wants to shave her eyebrows.
Yeah, I'm like, all right, see you later.
She's trying to fill a job position.
That's the first person I ever talked to. Is just
My God.
I was like, and then I met somebody. I think the app knows, like, oh, this didn't go well, so it just shows you, so it matches you with somebody else.
Yeah, hairier eyebrows and no kids.
A kid named Harry. kid
The
named-
eyebrows holding a pregnancy test that says negative. She's a lot different.
a tattoo of eyebrow that's a negative symbol for the on the pregnancy test.
Wow.
So
So that was the first person you talked to.
That's the first person I talked to. And then the second person I talked to was nicer, but then like too nice in a way, like just rapid fire questions.
Sure.
So they said, "Hi, how are you? What are you doing? How was your weekend?" And I said, "Oh, I was in Jersey." "Oh, what were you in Jersey for?" I was doing a show. I didn't want to say that, but she trapped me. I'm like, "I was doing it for work." "Oh, what business are you in? What do you do?
man.
How long was it? We're in Jersey." And I go, "Oh my God, so many questions." All right. Well, I was a stand-up comedian. I was doing a gig. She said, "Oh my God, how did that come about?" I'm like, stand-up? Yes, tell me everything. I'm like, what? I'm not doing
Did
that.
you get any questions in her direction?
No, I had nothing to work with. And then
Right.
and then she stopped responding for like literally 1 second, and I'm like, "Phew, fine." I like wiped the sweat off my brow from typing so much.
Real bro.
And then she said, "Sorry, I had a phone call. Where were we?"
Oh, man.
So many questions.
Wow.
And then the same thing. Like I was like, "Oh, well, what are you up to tonight? You want to get a drink or something?" And she said,
What kind of drink? Where would you drink it? Big cup, little cup. Is it straw or no straw? Is there paper straw? Is it a twisty straw?
"What's the coasters like? Are they cardboard?" I was like, "No. What? So I said, "Are you free tonight?" And she said, "Well, I'm in pajamas already.
Oh.
Time." And I look at the clock, 7:30 p.m. I was like, I don't think we're compatible. Well, I didn't say that, but
Yeah.
she said, but I'm enjoying this convo we're having. Let's keep it up. I'm like, what? We're done here. I don't want. I'm done. I'm exhausted.
Right.
You tapped me out. I'm done.
Not the tapping you're looking for.
No. Instead of a pretzel, I was tied into a question mark.
So the Kama Sutra, it was, come on, man.
Come on, dude.
Well, I think I'm proud of you for getting it back out there. And I mean, so far it's been a disaster.
Oh, and then there's a third person.
Oh God.
There's a third person. I'm sorry, everybody,
boy, no.
but I think this is funny.
No, it is funny. I'm just worried about what did this third person do. Just
Well, it was the complete opposite of the other two.
okay.
This
Can
one-
I gotta guess. So the first one was short and aggressive, basically.
Yeah, the first one wasn't even short. It was more aggressive.
More okay, aggressive. Then you have inquisitive and interested,
Yeah.
and went to bed early.
Well, yeah. What is your guess for this third one in the Goldilocks beds of Bumble?
All right, so this one's easier to talk to, I'm guessing,
Okay,
and was up for meeting.
okay. That's. Let me tell you. You'll reveal your answer.
Okay.
So this one is pretty funny, but ask me nothing, you know. So I'm
Okay.
just making jokes what she gives me because I'm asking
Sure.
the questions, I'm making the jokes.
Good.
But compared to the questions from the other person, I'm like, oh, okay, this is good. But she asked me nothing. She literally knows nothing about me,
Right.
Other than I'm making jokes,
Right.
and I go, well, are you free tonight? She said, I'm with my friends Cindy and Billy or whatever.
What is she in a math problem?
I don't. Yeah.
How many
Where-
apples does Billy have?
Right. Billy took 2 of our corn. How much do we have left? And I say, all right, well, do you need, I can join you guys. What? I said I'm hanging out with my friends.
Oh,
I'm like,
boy.
all right, whatever. So then I say, are you available Tuesday or something? And she says, yes, but after 9 or something. I'm like, all right. So then Tuesday comes, and at 8, she messages me, well, it's pretty late, or I'm feeling tired. Can we reschedule, maybe for this weekend? And I said, well, I've got plans Friday and Saturday because I'm hanging out with you,
Yeah.
but I'm free Sunday. If you're around, I'm free anytime Sunday. And she says, some other time then. So I'm like, all
She
right.
can reschedule, but you can't.
Yeah. I'm like, I'm over this.
Yeah.
So that was the third one.
Man, all of them sound like they have a kid and no time to waste. Can't do a rain check?
But I'm talking to some more cool, normal people. And
Right.
there might be more updates. That's all I'm letting you know.
I would imagine there's going to be months of updates.
This is literally one day.
This
so-
is day one.
This is literally day one.
You
so-
think there's definitely going to be updates. Our podcast, I just said it before, is now going to be just dating updates, which
So-
I'm excited about.
That's gonna be cool. Yeah.
Because
And-
there's no way someone with your anxiety doesn't have stories each week.
How weird things have been.
Yeah.
Well, on the plus side, dating now is way easier than it used to be because I'm less anxious.
Right.
Before I used to be, Mr. Like, I don't know. I used to be like, I don't know, like the Mummy from Universal Studios. I don't know, something
Tied up?
very stiff is what I mean.
Oh, sure. Yeah, I can see that.
Now I'm more like open and not afraid to make jokks. Before
Right.
I would just
So
be
you're
like,
like the wolf man now.
I'm the more like the wolf man after the full moon, yeah. Just a Frankenstein looking for the bride.
Yeah, that's right. So if you have highlights on the side of your beehive, DM Andrew Chavone. Well, I'm proud of you that you're getting back out there. It's going to be a crazy road, but I'm excited for you.
Yeah, you know that scene from Night at the Museum, I think, where Ben Stiller goes, I don't know what I'm going to do. And then, do you know what I'm talking about?
I'm with you so far.
And then Robin Williams says, well, isn't that exciting?
Oh.
I'm like, hey, that's my mantra, you know.
That's really exciting.
I know. It didn't work out for Robin Williams, but his character, Teddy Roosevelt, did pretty good.
Didn't work out for Teddy either.
Didn't work out for Teddy either. Teddy's Teddy. Let me move this up. I'm sorry, man.
Is it in the thing?
Yeah, it looks like
Oh,
it. All right.
you're good now.
I think it's good.
yeah.
We got to move the bear, too.
Oh, yeah.
All right, here's our little mascot.
Well,
here.
I'll get into a little thing.
Yes, please. That concludes Andrew's Bumble Corner.
2 of our corn. We had a cleaning lady come here
Oh, my God.
while we were away in Jamestown, and the place it's more clean in the rest of the apartment. This is where Caitlin's parents visited, so we kind of had this as our little drop-off stuff place because they slept in our bedroom.
Oh.
But our entire apartment was clean,
Cool.
and now I have this anxiety of keeping it as clean as these cleaning people did.
There's more than one people?
There's 3 of them.
Wow. That's a team.
It was like the Stooges. They came in and they poked each other in the eyes.
They held a painting ladder and moved one way and hit one person in the face and moved the other way, hit the other person in the face.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
And ran on a barrel, and it
Some powder explodes.
Yeah. And said, "What's the big idea?" But they clean our whole apartment, and now anytime something gets even remotely dirty out there, I'm like, "Oh God, we got to hire him again." Like,
Well, you should have a schedule.
the anxiety of having it too clean,
It's bad.
is bad because I was keeping it clean before, and it's like to the level of, well, this is fine. But now when it's perfect, when people make your place look perfect, you're like, oh, I got to keep it like that.
Well, I got to tell you, to take the pressure off, I mean, you got some stuff around here. I don't know.
Well, that's why I didn't use this place was her parents were here, so we unloaded everything in here. It's
this is
all
where you
nice.
hid all the extra stuff?
Yeah. We I mean, my desk is a mess because I just grabbed all our mail and put it on it, and there's random
Everyone has
crap.
a desk like that, yeah.
Yeah, but out there is great, and it's stressing me out now.
Outside the window? That's funny because I was talking to Emma Wilman, and she had this app called Handy,
Oh wow!
which I guess she said it was only like 60 or something bucks, and then I think I'm gonna do it when Voldemort moves out and burn some sage, and
he who shall not clean after himself.
I think I might fall in love with whoever comes clean my house. I'll be like, whoa, people are capable of this.
You fall in love like those people that fall in love with the prostitute. Man,
What
no,
people?
isn't that a common thing?
In Pretty Woman.
Yeah, well, no, because they think that they like that. Like people fall in love with their therapist.
Oh yeah.
They're doing a job that you need, and
Right.
you're like, oh, they like me.
Oh yeah, right.
You're doing it with the person that cleans.
Made in Queens instead of Made in Manhattan. Oh my God, I thought of another movie reference. Oh man, I'll remember it from before what we were saying.
Oh, okay.
But just a quick update because I've been getting messages. She signed a lease right after we recorded, and her move out date is like the 14th or 15th. So that's just a couple days. So, and when I left to record, she was planning on recording her podcast, and I'm like, well, I was like, depressed or whatever. I was like, are you gonna talk about a breakup? And she said, probably. So I'm like, all right. So then I talked about it here.
Yeah.
Of course, she listened to the episode.
Wow.
Even though I tried to make it pretty cordial or whatever.
Right. Well, you're still feeling feelings, just as I'm sure she is. So she probably had some emotion behind. I haven't heard anything, but
Yeah. But she called me pretty upset that I said that I wanted her out.
right.
And I'm like, is that a surprise? What are you? That's the. And I texted her. I'm like, you dumped me.
Yeah.
Why would I want you around?
Right.
And then, so she said that she was leaving ASAP when she heard the podcast,
Sure.
which came out last Sunday. And I said, what? I was like, well, you don't have to like. Do you have a place to go? She was staying with her friend in Manhattan. So I said, well, to be fair, like you could leave your stuff and then you could stay with her.
Sure.
Because you don't have to like find a storage space or whatever.
Right.
So that's what's going on. So I had the place to myself.
Oh.
Sleeping in the bed. So
Wow.
Because I really hadn't slept in like a week. I was
Yeah, you were on the couch.
Yeah. So feeling pretty good.
That's great.
Yeah. Like when I saw you after we recorded, I was like delirious. I was so tired.
Man. Well, I feel like there's nothing interesting anxiety-wise I can bring to the table here compared to what you're going through. So there's got to be more going on.
So there is, well, so just a story, it's her bed, so she's taking the bed. So I went to
Sure.
get a bed.
Oh,
And
wow.
plus, I didn't like her bed anyway, and I haven't, So I went to the last time I bought a bed was like 10 years ago in Forest Hills,
Sure.
like the mattress sleepies or something. Well, I don't know what they call them. Whatever the pun is. Mattress Firm.
Mattress Firm. Yes.
And I
You
went.
should see if they'll make you partner.
Why?
Like a law firm.
Oh. I'm too thick in a literal sense. Of a firm night's sleep.
Yeah.
Yeah. So when I went there, I literally had no money. I just moved to New York, and I was talking to the guy, and he showed me. I didn't know how much beds were. I never bought one.
Right. Oh, yeah.
Like whatever years ago, and he made me sleep in them, and I said I like this one, and he goes, okay, $1,000. I'm like,
Wow.
whoa, that's too much. He goes, all right, let me make a phone call. And he like picks up a phone, and he's like,
And you hear the dial tone.
yeah. It just says the weather on the other end, and he like haggles with some unknown guy, and it gets almost like half off. So I'm
Whoa.
like, all right. So I walk into the mattress store with that same mentality. Like I wouldn't have known, and everyone listening at home, you can work out a deal. It's like a used car.
Right.
Did you know that?
No. I've never bought a bed.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. The bed we have is Caitlin's, and the bed before that was in my apartment when I moved in.
Oh, interesting.
I wonder why I kept waking up itchy.
Just made out of hay.
Yeah, there was a trough and a stall door.
A virgin giving birth somehow.
Yeah, I should have bought my own bed if I had any frankincense. But,
I mean, that's the gold rule.
yeah. How many? Okay.
You know, my favorite Impractical Joker, Myrrh.
That was good.
Gold, Jerry. So, anyways, I walk into this place. I'm on my lunch break, and I go. I talk to one guy. He's already big fat guy sitting at a desk, similar shape that I remember from the last mattress firm.
The people that work at the mattress firm also look comfy.
I mean, it's funny because it's the guy didn't look firm at all. He looked plush.
He's like, "What are you looking for?" I'm like, "Something in a U."
Yeah. What are you filled with? Memory foam? So I go in and I'm like, I'm just interested in a bed. So he has me lay. Of course, he takes me right next to his desk, the $5,000 bed.
Oh, sure. Well, that's just because it was close by. You didn't have to walk that far.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I mean, that's better for him,
He
too.
could point from the desk.
Yeah. Lay in that one.
Yeah.
So I lay in it. I'm like, this is okay. I don't even know the difference. And it makes me lay in first the $5,000 bed, then the $4,000 bed, then the $3,000 bed. And I don't even know what. It's like fine wine for me. I'm like, I don't know any notes or whatever.
Do you?
Because I think the bed I'm sleeping in sucks. So
Right.
any bed, I'm like, this is good.
But are you tired when you went there?
I had just slept in. I had a good night's sleep when I went.
Crap. Okay.
Why?
I wonder what it'd be like if you had. Is it?
I feel like if
or
you're going to
maybe
the
it's
grocery store hungry.
Yeah, yeah. Maybe it's good that you had a. Maybe I retract. Maybe it's good that you had a good night's sleep.
Right. Because I guess if you sleep in the bed, if you
Yeah.
fall asleep, that's an automatic sale.
Right.
They got you locked in.
Yeah.
So the guy gets me down to the $2,000 bed, and I'm like, this is good, I guess. I don't know. And he goes upstairs. Well, I don't even know how much it is. He goes upstairs, rings it up, $2,000, and I'm like, this is way too much. What are you talking about? 8 years ago, I didn't pay this much. And he goes, I'm like, is there any other bed that's like $1,000 at least? And he goes, oh yeah, there's some over there. Sneaky man. And I lay into the $1,000 bed. I'm like, this is great.
Yeah.
Jumping on it. And he goes, he's like, that one doesn't come with a frame though. I'm like, uh-huh.
Uh-huh.
Frame is $300. So then we go back. He goes, let me see what I can. And then we sit down. I'm like, hey, I got to tell you, last 8 years ago, this guy hooked me up with his manager or something. Do you know anything about that? Manager call?
Mm-hmm.
And he goes, we don't do that anymore.
Ah.
That was an old thing. I'm like, all right. So then when I say 2,000's too much, he goes, and I like the $1,000 bed. He goes, what's that? Let me try something. Types in his computer, goes down to 1,800. The first.
The 2,000.
Yeah, it goes down $200, and I go, yeah, this is still too much, man. And he goes, all right, hold on. I'm like, you're lying piece of crap.
He's just hitting the minus button.
He's just hitting the minus button.
He's just hitting the sliding scale that he's got. He's like literally. All right, this.
And so he gets down to 1,500.
Pretty good.
He's like,
and this is with a frame.
Well, then he goes, I'm like, that's still too much. He goes, listen, I'm going to throw in a frame that moves up like a hospital bed.
Oh, boy. I
I'm
know
like,
where we'll be recording from now on.
Yeah. I'm like, huh? And he makes me lay in it, and you have a remote, and it goes, bzzz.
Oh, man.
I'm like, all right.
You went from 35 to 85.
He knew my age group. It comes. I can't wait to sit in this thing.
Sit. You're not even thinking about laying in it.
No,
You're
I'm gonna sit in
thinking
it.
about sitting in
I'm gonna sit in it, eat a whole hospital lunch. Applesauce, cold sandwich, Jello. And we get one of those tube TVs that hangs from the ceiling.
Yeah, you're gonna get a button that when you hit it, I come over and record with you.
Gotta get IV of seltzer.
Seltzer. I come in, I'm like, all right, you want your coffee now? And I plug it into the IV separate.
Oh my god! And then we finalize it, and he goes, all right, what are we gonna do about pillows? I'm like, are you kidding me?
No, don't get
the hell out of here!
I'm not getting pillows from the mattress firm.
I'm gonna have to eat bologna for the next month to cover this.
I'd rather put my head on bologna. You're like a body pillow.
And honestly, with the hospital bed, don't really need pillows.
Oh, boy.
Because it kind of elevates. I'm going to try it out.
All right. I propose this. When you get this thing moved in, I got to come over.
Please.
I got to come over.
Please come over.
We should record an episode in the bed.
In the hospital bed?
Yeah.
Yes.
with it sitting up.
Be like the Charlie and the Chocolate Factory episode.
Yeah. We have our feet touching.
We have weird hats and old socks.
Yeah, and then we hear we get a new Patreon subscriber, and I jump out of the bed like, oh, my legs work.
Woohoo! Woohoo, Charlie. I know it's been talked about to death about that Wonka house, or I'm sorry, the Charlie
it's in
house.
a lot of bits. Yeah,
A lot of bits. I can't remember exactly what they are, but it is really weird. But when I watched it when I was a kid, I didn't think anything of the weird old people bed.
Yeah.
Did you notice it when you were a kid? I thought, oh yeah, this guy's poor. I guess old people sleep like this. If you don't have money for a retirement home, you just get one big bed.
I think the thing that threw me was it was the in-laws sharing the.
Yeah, they weren't even related to each other.
No, they were either side of the marriage.
Yeah,
It was both grandpas and both grandmas
in one bed.
in one bed. And so you're telling me I want to see. I don't think this angle's been.
Yeah,
So-
lay it on me. And I don't think the in-law angle has been either.
Yeah, I want to see the husband and the wife having the conversation of my folks are moving in, and then the other one's like, actually, I need to move in too. And then they're like, well, we only have this one big bed.
I mean, that could be a prequel.
That's its whole movie.
Yeah, Charlie. No Chocolate Factory.
No Charlie. I want to see who got in the bed first, and like, would the couples get in together at the same time, or was a couple living there for a little bit, and then they're like, hey, the other in-laws got to move in, and they're like, all right, well, they're gonna have to like touch our feet because we're not getting out of this bed.
You know, maybe it was like a party they had at the house. You know, when you get drunk at a party, you'll sleep anywhere.
Yeah.
So maybe they had all the in-laws for a party, and they all slept in the bed, and they're like, I guess I could live with this forever. we don't want to drive home. So
yeah, as
sleep.
long as I can keep reading. Were they reading? I don't remember.
I thought they were watching TV because they were watching the commercials with the chocolate stuff.
How'd they watch it? Was there a TV over each?
Well, I think they
couple's
all
head?
turn their head to the right like that. Oh, my God. That just reminds me. Oh, my God. Thank God you brought that up. Because I have a special shout out to Panicker, Steve Katz. I was also a comedian. I did that show in Jersey. He came.
Wow.
And he found out about the breakup on stage. And I talked about it a little bit.
Whoa.
And the Friday show was a little dicey, you know, like it's right by the Meadowlands. So I said,
Oh, Sopranos.
I was like, any guys work in the city? No one said anything. And I said, oh, you guys are probably all hot dog vendors down the street. And they really hated me. It was right by Giant Stadium.
Man.
But that show, I was the feature act, which goes second and does like 25 minutes. It's 8 o'clock. The show starts at 8, and the guy running it comes in and says, "There's no host."
Oh no.
We're like, "What?" They're like, "They're not here yet." I'm like, "Well, have you tried reaching out to them?" No, but we got to start. So then he goes, but I'm a guy who starts right on time, 8 o'clock, and it's 8 o'clock. I'm like, well, I guess I'll do a host feature if you want to pay me for both or whatever. Well, he goes, would you do that? I'm like, yeah. So I just host and then have to do a half hour
Oh boy.
in front of that crowd.
Yeah.
Actually,
At least they loved you.
yeah, at least I didn't call them hot dog vendors. But it didn't go as bad as I thought. And then I'm bringing up the headliner, Emma, and the guy who said he starts on time comes and hands me a piece of paper, and it has a name on it. And that's the host got there late. So I bring that person up.
Wait, you bring him up after Emma?
No, between. Because they came late, and I guess he felt
Oh,
bad.
he became the feature.
No, they just did 6 minutes. I don't know.
Oh.
I don't know what the hell was going on. But then Emma's like wrapping up. She does her 45 minutes or 50 minutes, and the guy comes up to me. He says, "They're still doing the bills." I'm like, "Okay, you're gonna have to go back up there."
Oh, God.
I'm like, "What?"
You're doing 45.
I'm like, "What? That is a horrible way to end the show." They got the checks, and some dude is back up there. So I go up there and I go, "Hey, everybody!" Yeah, and I literally say, "The guy told me they need more time, so here I am." And then people just start grabbing their coats and leaving.
Well, they gotta, dish out dogs on Sunday.
Yeah, right. Yeah, they got to clock in at the. There's a big game against the Bears, so. So then I get off. I do the 5, and I get off, and he goes, "That was great." I'm like, "Thanks." And the people leave. They don't say anything to us. And the guy goes, "I'm glad this all worked out. It's my first time running this show." I'm like, "First time? You said you're the guy that starts at 8. Starting today? If we waited 10 minutes, we could have got the host up." Oh, my God. I was so mad. But then the next night, the host actually lives in the city, so I drove the host. I drove Emma, made sure everyone got there.
Yeah.
And the show was supposed to be 2 shows, but they merged them into one, brought extra chairs, so it was like packed. And this place is like a ballroom.
Right.
It's in a hotel. It's a hotel event room.
Oh, boy.
So it was like everything was fire, the best set ever. And that's the one Steve came to.
Nice. Thank God.
Thank God. So then there's like a side room next where people walk out, and I set up the stickers for the podcast and the stress balls, and people come out, and I'm swamped. They're like, "Picture, let's get a picture,
Hey!
man." I'm like, "Okay," and then I'm looking over, and I'm like, "Oh my God!" People are walking by the stickers, and I look over. Steve picked them up. He's handing them out.
Oh, my God.
Became my assistant.
Wow. What is he, trying to be the new Steve?
Oh, his name. He already got the name.
He's crossing out Rogers.
He glues a picture of his face where your face is on the sticker.
Wow. Well, thank you, Steve Katz. Shout out to Steve Katz. That's very nice. That's amazing.
Yeah, it was super cool, and it was a good feeling, especially after the day before. So it was awesome.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah, that guy running it, and the next day he just was in sweatpants. Like the first day he was in a suit, and the next day he was in sweatpants. The guy like in charge or whatever.
Man, he really did the full spectrum of Booker. I've worked for both of those types of guys.
Suit and sweatpants. Well, I got to say, man, before we get into topics, I want to talk about your big evening upcoming, which is going to send me my big evening.
Yes.
You're going to be... I don't think people know how big of a deal this is, because I want you to set it up.
So I... Also, we haven't got into it. We don't have enough time. We'll do it in the next episode. The next episode will be about the album recording I just did.
Oh, that's right. Oh, my God, I forgot all about it.
Well, I'm still in the midst of it and coming down from it. So I had some people reach out. All the listeners that reached out to you about the breakup reached out to me about the recording.
Oh, awesome.
So thank you, everybody, for reaching out. That will be the next episode. I was more concerned about you than I was talking about
Man,
that.
you are so selfless.
Well, now let's talk about me. Anyway.
What? We're only halfway done.
No, I did it as a joke because you said you're so selfless.
Turn the less into ish.
So this weekend is pretty exciting. It will have already happened by the time that everybody listens to this. We're recording this early because I'm going to Costa Rica. I will be opening for Brian Regan at the Beacon Theater in New York City with Joe Zimmerman.
And this is during New York Comedy Festival. It's on the events. And if you guys don't know, Beacon is where... Did we already talk about this? I feel like this is familiar.
I don't know. Seinfeld did his last special there. Louis did the obviously live at the Beacon there.
Yeah, and I don't think I've ever told you this, but I saw Louis when I first moved here at the Beacon,
Whoa,
and the only seat I could get was like all the way up in the corner.
man.
So he looked like this big, and I was still laughing. I'm like, he's like this little thing
yeah,
talking, and I'm like,
yeah.
oh my God, comedy.
Yeah. Well, this time you're on the comp list. You're going to be sitting in the theater, I would assume on the ground level.
Oh my God.
With I was able to get 4 comps, and I gave you one, and Jill Wiener is coming.
Cool.
And Jeffrey, who she does her show with,
Oh yeah.
and his wife is also coming.
Oh, awesome.
So and then we're gonna be hanging in the theater after the show.
So cool.
Apparently, underneath the stage is like a club-ish like thing to hang out in.
It's like in the Coliseum in Rome, where the
The There's
animals
a
come out.
bunch of bars, cages, and
People chanting "Spaniard, Spaniard."
we're gonna host a revolution and take down the emperor. But
You knew Marcus Aurelius? I didn't say I knew him. I said he touched me on the shoulder once. I love it because he gets so defensive about it.
yeah.
He's like, I didn't say I knew that guy. He touched me. Good God, leave me alone.
But yeah, you're coming, and we're gonna be hanging out in the Beacon.
I'm so excited, and this is probably such a huge night for Brian Regan because the last time I saw him was probably at his lowest point in Philly.
Oh yeah, when he wanted to stop doing clubs.
Yeah.
I thought you were gonna say when he was on our podcast.
Oh, well.
No, I'm joking. So we're gonna be hanging out in the Beacon during New York Comedy Festival, and who knows who's gonna be there? I have no idea. I just know you and Jill.
I'm excited to see Brian. I'm excited to
Yeah.
see you and Brian because you guys are the best hangs.
It's gonna be so fun.
Yeah.
And I leave 6 a.m. the next morning.
I know. It's paradise. But you're good at waking up, though.
That's true.
Is Caitlin coming?
Caitlin's going to meet us at the
Oh.
Beacon, but she has shows in Jersey.
Oh, wow.
I think Steve Katz is hanging out stickers there. And
Love you, Steve.
love you, Steve. And I'm just a big fan of callbacks. And yeah, she's going to come from her show and hopefully make it before we're all done.
Oh, man. So cool. I can't wait. I'm super psyched.
Yeah, I'm like really excited. Very nervous because I just did the album recording and I haven't really been on stage other than one time since it. And now I'm going to one of the biggest theaters I've ever done.
Yeah, but that makes your energy better, I feel
I
like.
think so, yeah.
I feel like you're going to have a great time.
Yeah, I'm excited.
And you've been doing theaters with him for years. So
Yeah.
This is like the final boss of theaters.
I hope not. But
This is like the legendary. I don't know if everyone. It's historical. It's like the place in New York City to perform, aside from Carnegie Hall. But I don't even think. I think this is better than Carnegie Hall. Like,
the size is good for comedy. The seating's good for comedy.
Yeah,
I'm very excited. It's gonna be crazy.
I know. So cool. Any like quick summary of the album before like any teaser?
I'm already going through the edits, so it should be ready early next year. The filming went great, so there will be a video version of it.
Cool.
I have one quick story.
Yeah, let's hear it.
And then I'll tell the rest. But I'll tell the rest on the bonus, but here's one of the best ones. So the early show, I had 2 shows Friday, 2 shows Saturday. What's the most, comedy very well, what's the most notoriously bad show?
The show that Steve Martin quit comedy on, Late Show Friday.
Late Show Friday. Well, I got my album on the Late Show Friday. That was the
Oh, that's
best
where you
one.
nailed it?
That
wow.
was the best one. The crowd was hot. I was doing good.
Well, how late was it?
9:30. So it's not
Okay.
awfully
That's
late.
pretty good.
But Jamestown is a small town. You know, I think they go to bed around the time of the girl that asks a lot of questions. So the late show Saturday, I'm up there, and I'm like, early show Saturday and late show Friday, I got it. It was great. Friday show early heckles through the whole thing.
Friday.
They just kept heckling. And
Ooh, who's this? More than one person or one person?
More than one person.
My
And it
God.
didn't make any sense. And I get off stage, and Caitlin's like, "You got most of it, probably." And then the Jessica from Blonde Medicine, who is a saint, she was awesome during the whole thing, audio recording it. She comes in. I'm like, "What'd you think?" She's like, "Well, you have 3 more shows." And I'm like, "I knew it. It was the worst."
Well, that's nice of Caitlin for reassuring you.
Yeah.
And Blonde Medicine gave you a taste of bad medicine. Well, taste your own medicine.
So I get it. Saturday late show comes.
Is her name Quinn?
Saturday late show comes.
Medicine woman?
And I'm on stage. And you know me, I reference anything that happens in the moment to a fault.
You did that during the album?
I did it during every show in the album.
Oh my God.
Anything that happened, I referenced it. Because they told me, do whatever comes to your mind, because we can cut out anything that doesn't work.
That's true.
And if there's a great in-the-moment thing that happens and you have it on record, we have a great in-the-moment thing.
And the best moment of any special was Greg Giraldo when that guy was asleep in the crowd. You ever see that? Was there a guy asleep in your crowd? There was a guy asleep in your crowd?
There was a guy asleep in my crowd.
Oh, my God.
I don't know about this Greg Giraldo thing.
Oh, okay. Well,
I've never seen it.
It's one of the best moments, but...
oh, no. You're about to watch a panic attack.
I don't think a lot of people have seen it. I don't, except for me.
So I'm on stage,
Okay.
right? And
Oh, my God. What are the odds here?
all 4 shows sold out. So it's packed.
That's great.
Yeah. I'm on stage at Saturday Late Show, and they're a sleepy-ish crowd. They're a good crowd, but it's a lower energy. And there's one guy that I see that's to my left. So he's behind the video camera, so there's no footage of this guy. But he's falling asleep.
Oh.
And his head keeps doing the rocking thing. And he's got a lady with him, like a girlfriend or whatever. And he's trying so hard to stay awake. He's like doing the face.
Is he older?
He's not. He's like 30s.
Wait, he's like a farmer?
And he's like bouncing. And his girlfriend's like trying to subtly wake him up while watching the show. She's trying to enjoy the show while trying to keep him awake. Because I'm doing all this in the moment stuff, and I see it happening, but I'm like, I can't do this because this is my last shot to make sure I get all these jokes. And everybody's like, hey, just do the, like, you did a great in the moment stuff in each show. Let's try to make sure all the jokes, you just get them because it's the last chance.
Right.
And there's this guy falling asleep.
I know.
He's just bouncing around.
Oh, my God.
And the girlfriend's like hitting the table and hitting him, but like quietly, but like in a way where you see him like bounce awake. And it's making me laugh. So like I'm laughing. I pull the mic away from myself like when a punchline lands, and I'm like laughing at the guy. And I keep watching him. It's hilarious. I never mentioned it. And I got off stage. And I go to one of the people filming, and I'm like, did you happen to get footage of that guy falling asleep? Because I was thinking of showing that on the Patreon and stuff.
Yeah, that'd be cool. Yeah.
They're like, oh, yeah. I mean, I tried to move around him, but, you know, he might be in a couple of shots. And I'm like, oh, perfect. We'll have footage of him. And then the other guy filming goes, oh, no, he was behind the camera. And she's like, no, I'm talking about the guy over there. There was 2 guys sleeping.
God. What is going on? What's in the water in Jamestown?
NyQuil. And anyways, I'll talk more about it as things come to me.
But will you be able to piece together something about the sleeping guy?
I'm going to try. I don't know. There's one guy, he was like in the front row. and he was like looking off and then not looking at me. And I was like, oh, this guy like doesn't like my comedy, and he's like just being a curmudgeon or whatever. And then at one point I land a joke and I see him laugh and I go, I gotcha. You weren't paying attention and now I got you jiggling, and that gets a big laugh.
Good.
He was the guy that was sleeping. He was the other guy that was sleeping.
That was pre-sleep or after sleep? Maybe he was more rested. Felt more jolly because of it.
He had that hospital bed chair. Anyways, let's get into the topics.
All right.
We'll do way more about the album next time. Do you have they're both email?
Both email, yeah.
Okay.
And just shout out we got 3 new Patreons or 4 new Patreons. You just want to, because I think that'll be in the email too.
Okay. Well, okay, here we go. Oh, yes, we've got Emily Lee just became a member. AJB just became a member, and Christine just became a member. So thank you to all of you. That's very awesome.
Cool. Yeah, everybody, 4 bonus episodes.
Yeah.
And I sent a message before we record asking if you want to ask us anything.
So we got something from Might Be.
Who's a previous Panicker writer in?
Yes. Might Be wrote, Dearest Panic Attackers, whenever I go on a trip, I unplug everything in the apartment. I'm always afraid some final destination type thing will happen, and I will be the cause of a fire that burns down the entire apartment building. My partner goes along with it because they know it makes me feel uncomfortable and is well aware of my anxiety. But it's pretty annoying to have to plug everything back in after a long day of traveling home. Any advice on how to overcome this? Is unplugging everything crazy? Thanks. Might be slightly anxious. P.S. Sorry to hear about the breakup, Andrew. I'm glad you have a good support system to help.
And that's true, Might Be, and thank you. All right, so a lot to unpack in this one.
Yeah.
But mainly
especially when you come home from traveling.
Right.
I don't unplug anything.
The only thing I unplug is my coffee maker because I don't know what kind of gizmos are in there. And I unplug the toaster for the same reason. I don't know. Anything that can get really hot, I will unplug. I think that's my
Oh.
So the toaster, but the TV and the computer, I'll just leave them plugged in.
I leave them plugged in. I leave lamps plugged in.
I did hear, though, if you flood and things are unplugged, it's a little better. Maybe.
If you flood, you must unplug. What do you mean?
Are you in good hands?
If there is a flood?
Like if your things get wet and they're plugged in, it could cause more damage to the circuits because like power's going through them.
Oh, sure.
But if you unplug them and they dry out and then you replug, less damage?
Oh, I don't know.
I don't know. I used to date somebody that unplugged everything when we left, and I'm like, oh, I'll just plug it back in immediately.
That's weird that it didn't work out.
There's no connection.
I mean, that we should have ended on that.
Oh,
that
come on.
That's a great line.
So my advice might be is what are you fearing, man? That the cord that doesn't have your iPhone plugged into it's going to explode? That doesn't make I don't think that'll happen unless you buy your cords on Wish.
I think it's good that you might be focusing on what they can control.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I'll unplug everything because once I'm gone, there's nothing I can do to prevent something happening. So
it's nothing worse than being on the plane to like the beach or vacation, and then you're like, what's going to happen with my
right? You realize you
alarm
left Kevin at the house.
Yeah, and also I have anxiety about this because it's happened to me. But one time, I went on vacation and I left my alarm clock plugged in. And I got a call. I had a Polish landlord, and I got a call. Like I'm on the beach. I got a call from an unknown number, and it goes. I go, hello. She goes, the beeping. Because it was one of those like beep 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 beep. The beeping. I'm like, huh?
Amazing.
I don't even know who it
Amazing.
is. I'm like, what? What's going on?
Amazing.
The beeping. The beeping.
So I
And I'm like, yeah, come on in. I had to give her permission to come on in and unplug the alarm clock.
I
'Cause I guess
that's how tired she was. She could just get out that. We kept her up all night.
right. So ever since I actually got rid of my alarm clock, well, I had to get rid of my alarm clock because I was so paranoid every time I left the house that it would go off.
Right. Well, if there's a check system, like a checklist system that makes you feel safer or more at ease on vacation, I would say that's good. And then you're just gonna have to deal with plugging everything back in, if that's what makes you feel better when you're away.
But I can tell you, man, nothing will happen if you plug it. Believe me, I'm looking at a place right now with 1,000 plugs in Steven Rogers' apartment.
Oh yeah.
Nothing's bad's happening here. I mean, I don't know.
No, nothing. I mean, I have surge protectors for every single
Surge protectors would be good.
thing is plugged into a surge protector. So that makes me feel better. That makes me feel safer. And but there's nothing and that's probably why I don't unplug anything.
Yeah.
Also, you can just unplug the surge protector.
That's true, man. I
plug-
think you solved this.
If you plug everything into this might be the first one I've actually answered. Plug everything in the surge protector and unplug the surge protector, because now that I think about it, I have done that.
Oh, yeah. Okay. And then that's just easy plug in.
Yeah.
All right. All right. I think
at that.
we got some stuff done here.
Man, I might have made the reels.
Hey, well, if you want to edit them.
I know it's too much work. Graham Carr wrote, "Hey Andrew and Steve, I've been listening for a few months and love the pod. You guys should be proud because your show is one of the only comedy podcasts that I've gotten my wife on board with."
Wow.
Wow.
Graham, that's put that in the iTunes review.
Yeah. I mean, that's amazing. That's great to get a couple on board.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, this show is breaking up people and bringing people
Bring them together.
Anyways, I occasionally have dreams I'm back in college and can't remember my schedule, can't find my classes, etc. The dreams don't really cause me any real anxiety. My wife, who has been living with my anxiety for years, has similar dreams that give her major anxiety.
Oh, no.
Her dreams take place in high school, and she can't find her locker, can't find out her schedule, can't find classes. She has even gone to the guidance counselor's office in her dreams to get help. And the dreams often end with her waking up in a panic. Have either of you guys had any of these types of dreams or any weird anxiety dreams? Thanks for the pod. We'll definitely be seeing each of you whenever you come to Boston.
Oh, cool.
Wow.
Boston's nice. Remember we went there?
Yeah, Kelly. And Eamon.
Yeah, amen. Right. Oh, Kelly
Amen.
reached out to me, too. Thanks, Kelly.
Yeah, Kelly's the best.
So so I have had those dreams, but you know what? I was just thinking about this the other day. How good of a feeling it is when you're stressed out and you're like, my life is horrible. I can't find my locker and my test is tomorrow. But then you wake up and you're like, oh my God, it's a dream.
Yeah.
It's like such a good feeling.
A good feeling is waking up in the bed.
In the bed and you're like, oh right, I'm in my 30s.
I would say that is a win for sure. I think both those dreams sound like I mean, it sounds, not to harp on this because it's the only therapy thing I really have that's stuck. It sounds like they're worried about not having control. You know what I mean?
yeah.
I don't, or like organization, or you know what I mean. That seems to be the fear. So maybe you're not as organized as you want to be,
and that reflects in the traumatizing way.
Yeah, it's weird that your brain uses analogies for dreams, though. This is kind of like when you're in school and you can't remember your schedule, and then it shows that.
Yeah,
I've never had those dreams.
Really?
I don't really have dreams that much.
Really? Well, you do sleep a lot, so maybe like by the time you wake up, it's already played out.
I don't sleep a lot.
Well, Caitlin always posts photos of you sleeping on the couch.
Oh, I fall asleep easily.
Oh yeah.
But I get up at like 9 a.m. Maybe I sleep a lot.
Your 12 hours is a lot. Just let you know.
I'm doing shows at night sometimes.
I'm joking.
I know. I'm playing along. I'm in my head about the me exit. I said the reels thing, but then it sounded like you know what I mean?
What?
I don't know.
It's okay, man. I'm joking.
Yeah, so was I, but it came off passive aggressive, which was not.
All you said it was too hard.
Yeah. Okay. Great. We're on the same page. And
Are
I'm
you
sleeping.
okay? Are you okay?
I've been in a mess since I recorded this thing. But anyways, those I don't know. Those dreams I've never had.
Oh, okay. Well, I've had them a lot. The biggest one I've had, and I have this a lot, is the classic. This is a classic dream. You're not prepared for the test that you didn't expect.
Yeah.
And that's the dream where I'm like, I can't believe it. Oh, my God. Wow. I don't know anything in this test. And then I wake up and I go, holy crap. Wow. That was this feels good that I'm not really in my school.
Yeah. It's like your brain. It's like you're watching a scary movie in your sleep. It's the thrill of it not really happening to you.
Yeah, it is like Arnold. What was that movie? What's that movie called? With he was in a dream.
Inception?
No, the one when he goes to Mars.
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah, we talked about it before. Total Recall.
Total Recall. I thought you were saying the movie was called Arnold.
Oh no, there probably isn't a movie like that.
Hey Arnold. Yes, Total Recall.
Because doesn't know and he's in a dream, or I guess it's pretty ambiguous at the end. But
yeah,
but that is like I feel like that gives you like another. I feel like I have a reprieve on life when I have one of those dreams because I wake up, I'm like, well, I better prepare for a test. You know, I have time now to prepare for a test.
Yeah. The best thing about having those nightmares is getting to tell someone and then looking at you like, what? Because then it's like they dismiss it and you're like, oh yeah, it's just a dumb dream I had.
I know, and there's always like a weird twist in the dreams I have where I'm like, oh, I don't know anything on the test, and everyone in school is somebody I dated in my 20s.
Thank God you're in your 30s.
Thank God, yeah. Or it's like, oh my God, I'm not prepared. So a teacher called on me. I don't know the answer, but the teacher is also the dad from Mr. Belvedere.
Well, I want to say, Graham and Graham's lovely wife, thank you for listening, and I hope you guys maybe watch what you eat before bed too. I know that has something to do with dreams.
And the time you eat
Yeah.
is important too. So give yourself at least 2 hours of not eating before you fall asleep, because I feel like your stomach is doing stuff.
Yeah. Yeah. Mine is right now. I apologize.
Uh-oh.
Trying to make a fart joke.
The window's open.
All right, one more, and then we got to wrap. This one is not a topic. This is just I want to shout out someone that wrote a nice email to you.
Oh, okay.
Olivia Johnson wrote, "So sorry to hear about your breakup. Breakups are so hard, but also I feel you when you say get
When you say what?
get out of the house."
Oh, yeah. Thanks, Olivia. And she wrote something. Do you see there? She wrote something about you, too. Different email.
Oh. You wrote back.
No, she wrote a separate email. I think she wrote a separate email.
Oh, yep, I see it now. Everyone needs people through breakups, and I'm sure you have a village. Keep rocking on, and don't forget who you are.
Oh, she wrote something else.
I know. It's
no, it was about you.
I know. It's
okay. All right. Sorry.
It's coming next.
All right.
Also, I've seen Steven and met him, and I would love to see you and meet you. I'd love to see you both together. If you guys come out to Albany or Saratoga, please keep me in mind. It's hard for me to travel long distance, and I'm like 15 minutes and about an hour. 15 from Saratoga, an hour from Albany. Can't wait to hear more eps and bonus eps.
No, there was something else. No, wait, go back. I'm sorry.
That's it.
No. So that's the thread. So she wrote another email.
Oh, good luck, Steven, on your album recording this weekend. You're going to kill it.
Yeah.
That's nice. Thank you.
So, everybody, if you have any comment or anxiety topics like the ones you just heard, email panicattackingpodcast@gmail.com, and we will read them on the app.
Yeah.
Or DM our Instagram, Panic Attacking Podcast.
And if there's any that you want to be strictly read on Patreon, we will accommodate those requests as well.
Yes,
if you're
yes.
a Patreon member. And get your spouse on the onto the podcast. Maybe you'll get to listen to something together. I know Eamon and Kelly listen, and now we know about Graham and his wife.
Rick and Shelley listen.
Rick and Shelley listen. Deb and Andy listen.
They do.
And I'm sure I'm forgetting people. But yeah, a lot of couples listen. It's pretty cool.
Yeah. So we could double our audience.
That's right.
Yeah. It's like when wasn't there a band that it's like in an action movie where they have a romance story?
I don't know, but you know what band probably gets both parents to listen? The Mamas and the Papas.
Oh my God, that was great. All right, we're gonna wrap up on that one, everybody.
Thank you, everybody, for listening. We'll see you next time.
See you next time.